Okay, hi, my name is Ann Woodward, and I am the Executive Director of the Scrap Exchange, and we are a nonprofit creative reuse center located in downtown Durham, northeast central Durham, actually. And we have a 22,000 square foot creative reuse art center, and what that means is that we collect tons of solid waste from going to the landfill, so we defer about 30 tons of waste a year, and we also do educational programming with the materials, and we have this retail store where people can come in and buy materials at very low cost.
Can you show us a little bit about what's here?
Sure. So this is our retail part of the store, and you can buy materials in volume if you're interested, if you're a teacher and you're looking for resources for your classroom. So we like to sell things by the bag and also individually. We get items from different businesses, and we also get items from residents when they're cleaning out their craft room or their studios, and they drop off materials here. We offer a tax letter for their donation, so people can assess the value if you're interested in donating materials to us. We also have an artist marketplace, which is located over here. And the organization represents over 150 artists annually. Around 80 artists are represented in the artist marketplace, where we have products that have been upcycled using these materials. The materials don't have to come from us, but the materials do have to have some sort of environmental green sort of design element to them. And it's a great place to buy locally. I always ask people, where do you buy things local? You usually go to the farmer's market across the street in Durham. We have a craft market as well. And then you can come here and once again see over 80 artists that are producing materials made from the materials. We have stuff like birdhouses and handmade books, handmade clothing, screen printed t-shirts. We also have books to give people ideas on how to DIY or use the materials themselves.
Do you teach people how to make their own art?
Exactly. A lot of times people say, what can we make out of all this stuff? So we'll bring them. This is one of my favorite books. It's 1,000 Ideas for Creative Reuse, and Garth Johnson actually came here and did a book signing, and so if you just open it up, you can see all different kinds of ideas of what to do with Barbie heads and buttons. And then there are real live examples of things that people have made. Because there's such a big sort of DIY spirit in Durham, it's really nice to have marketplaces that you can go to sell your materials, sell your products that you've made. This is Mark Burnham. He is a folk artist that lives in Durham. He's probably, I think, in his early 90s, and he is still making whirligigs and birdhouses, and is still very active. This is just made from magazines. Jennifer V is the artist of this magazine bowl. Mosaics. These are repurposed dishes, upcycled dishes. Reclaimed clay. This is from Sarah McCreary, who she also works at the Durham Arts Council Clay Studio. So she's one of the teachers, so she takes all the leftover clay and makes all of these dishes and bowls, and then she sells them here. Sculpture, there's another one of Mark's whirligigs. Jewelry, necklaces, handbags, sculpture. This is a great place to get ideas for some wedding decorating activities. Here's also some centerpieces that have been made from just different kinds of plastics and foam and papers.
Where did you get most of your materials?
So most of our materials come from industries. We really specialize in industrial discards. So every business has something left over as part of their production process. The business has to choose whether or not they're going to pay a hauler to come and take the waste away, or if they're going to contact us, hopefully, and have our collection service come out to their location and actually pick up the materials that are left over.
And I guess because some of it may be tax deductible for them too, so instead
Yes.
of paying, they're actually saving money.
That's exactly it.
And lots of landfill space.
Yes, yep. It's true. So Durham throws away about 280,000 tons of solid waste a year, just in the county. And as I said, we collect about 30 tons, which is not a large amount, but we collect from several different counties, not just Durham County. So you can sort of see the industry that is in the area as well. This is a Toyota manufacturing company that's they have a zero waste initiative, and this is something that cannot be recycled as part of their production process because it has a mixture of plastic and metal in it. But it's great for reuse. This also comes from that same company. They have lots of safety glasses, so this is one good thing that you can find here always is safety glasses.
Safe while you reuse.
Yeah. And we occasionally will collect from, I think this comes from Raleigh, a Raleigh tennis club, so we collect their balls and sometimes their canisters. These are textile manufacturing cones, yes. And this is actually an antique cone that came from a cotton mill in High Point. So this was probably made in the 1930s is my guess. And this is a newer version of that. This is the modern plastic version. Lots of bottle caps. Lots of weird plastic stuff from medical labs. You know, there's a huge biotechnical industry in this area. And a lot of times we'll go to, let's say, National Institute of Environmental Health Services. They're mandated to ecologically get rid of their waste. So if they're closing down a lab, they will call us and we'll come and pick up what's left over. I don't know where those came from, but these are cool. Lots of these, once again. Not sure where that came from. More biomedical stuff. We got lots of fabric. We still go to hosiery mills, so we have hose. So it does tell you, we have quite a bit of industry in this area. Just walking around, there's actually a cork. This isn't real cork. This is a plastic cork, but this is a company that manufactures. Yep, those puzzle pieces, medical gowns, lids, toys, these wrapper things. There's lots and lots of plastic that is not going to be recycled, basically. So that stuff is going to go directly to the landfill because there's no mechanism to recycle it. So if you can capture it for reuse, that is great. Even like dog food bags, we've started to collect. Dog food bags, actually, I make dog food bags myself, and it is an awesome plastic. So if you're just going to use the dog food bag once to get the food, think about something else that you could do with the bags because, as I said, yeah, it's a great material. There's a lot of reuse attributes to it.
How long has the business been around?
So the Scrap Exchange has been around since 1991, and it was started by a woman named Chris Rosenthal, and she started a similar program in Australia called the Reverse Garbage Truck. And we are modeled on that program. So not only do we have the Creative Reuse Art Center, we also have a traveling hands-on creative workshop program that goes out to, I think we did 450 events last year in 5 states. I'm going to take you through the tunnels.
Okay, sure. What are your hours and days people can come in and browse?
Okay, so we're open 7 days a week. Monday through Wednesday, we're open 11 to 5. Can you do this?
Yeah.
All right. Thursday and Friday, we're open 11 to 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. Saturday we're open 10 to 5, and Sunday 12 to 5.
That's fun for kids, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah. So we had an artist in residence come here last year, and she created the tunnels, and you'll see birds like this. Her name is Bryant Holstenbeck, and she's a nationally renowned environmental artist. You can go on her website. She lived a year without plastic, and she's also one of the founders of the organization, too. This is our paper section.
So each week you have an item of the week that's discounted?
We do. Every week we'll pick a different item, fabric,
Something
paper.
you have a lot of?
Yes, something we have a lot of. Exactly. That's very true. We're getting ready for our store-wide sale, which is going to happen in April. This is we have knit night on, I think it's I don't want to tell you the wrong days, but we have knit nights on Thursday nights. And the knitters came and bombed the scrap exchange, so this was one of the things that they hung up. Oh, I'll take you to the gallery, too. So every month we have a different show in the art gallery. And we've participated in over 100 Third Friday gallery openings as well. That would have been fun. Sneak in a different way. Okay. They're doing an installation in here right now. So, as I said, this space changes every month, and the installation that's happening. This isn't going to be an installation, which is from elsewhere in Greensboro. So we're partnering with them. They brought 4 or 5 artists to create this installation, and on Friday night they're going to do a live cooking show in here, and they're going to film it. And then the show will be up for a month, and I'm sure they're going to do other sort of on-site, site-specific activities here too. But it's not finished, so it's going to look different.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, it looks kind of like Elsewhere. Have y'all ever been to Elsewhere in Greensboro?
Is that downtown?
Yeah, it's downtown.
That's the little art market?
No, it's a thrift store that used to be. We're beta testing. That does not work. It's a thrift store that used to belong to one of the people's grandmother that is running it now. So they.
Oh, I have been there. That's the one where everything is free.
No, nothing is for sale.
Okay, nothing's for sale. That's it. Yeah.
They just do installations with everything.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Nothing leaves.
Right. Very
It
cool
just
place.
moves around.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I think it started from somebody who had just had a lot of stuff, and they founded it with all the stuff in their house, and then they started having installations and artists and.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
pretty
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So this is our Mongo section, which is one of my favorite sections. It's just full of electronics and wires and engines and paint and slide projectors and anything that you can think of to make kinetic sculpture, robots, things that do a side of the brain that I don't use that often or know about. But I'm interested in it.
Sure you do along with it.
We have lots of things like that, typewriters and bigger things. So part of what we've been doing is partnering with a statewide initiative called Be Active, and they've placed a play pod. So there's this whole play initiative that's happening basically with our educational system and encouraging kids to play. So there's a play pod at Forest Hill Elementary School that is full of scrap exchange materials, and what happens during their recess is they go to the play pod, they take all the materials out, and the kids play with the materials, and then they put them back. And this is just going to get bigger and bigger. Next year I think they're scheduled to have 4 or 5 schools. So we're partnering with them to help make that happen with the materials.
How are you guys funded?
That's a good question. We have about a $500,000 budget, and we're, I would say, 80% self-sufficient through earned income between our workshops and our retail store, and then we raise money for the rest and get funding from different foundations and individuals. And yeah, Durham Arts Council is one of our funders through their Seasons Grant program.
Lots of prepackaged stuff.
Lots of prepackaged stuff. But the good thing about this place and this industry, the reuse industry, is very job intensive. We issued 63 W-2s last year. We have 10 full-time staff people, and we pay artists and creative people to do this work. You're practitioners, you're not theorists. This is an actual place where that actually happens. You hear a lot about the theory of the creative, how do you get jobs for creative people? Well, this is a practice.
Excellent.
Hi, how you doing? We won't film y'all. Yeah, if you could not film over there, that'd be great. So this is our make and take room where we have something called Open Studio. We have lots of materials.
For private parties and things like that.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So this is where we do our birthday parties and workshops. And basically when we're open, you can come in here and use this room and the materials for an hour and a half, and it's $5 a participant. And whatever you make, you can take home with you. And we don't use any glue. We have a philosophy of no glue. And one of the reasons why we don't use glue is because we want people to think about techniques and skills related to the materials. How do you hinge? How do you dowel? How do you weave? Once again, it goes back to using different parts of your brain when you're putting things together. And then when you get home and you're a child and you're kind of sick of your project, you can always rip it apart and use the materials sort of like Legos. So if you're not using glue, you're not it's not messy, and hopefully, theoretically, you can use the materials over and over again. We have R2-D2. We've got some classics back here.
Wally, I saw over there.
And Wally over there. So, this place is teeming with artists, and people make stuff here all the time and are inspired by the materials. And those are some good examples.
So this location is a lot bigger than the last.
Yeah, so we went from an 8,000 square foot, basically retail space, to 22,000 square feet. And we also have a design center that I don't think we've walked into, but that's another place where we have, that we didn't have before.
Right.
So we've increased our capacity in the last year and a half. And basically, I think what happens with creative reuse art centers is wherever you go, whatever space you have, you will fill it up. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, because we live in a consumer society. And when we don't have places like this, it means a few things. It means that all the materials are going to the landfill. It means that the communities don't have access to low-cost resources. It means that there aren't entrepreneurial businesses started because of these materials. I think really having access to volumes of low-cost resources really adds to cottage industries and entrepreneurship. And it's really a fascinating activity to watch people come in here and buy, a huge bag of one thing and then make a product out of it and sell it as part of their art. I love that part of what happens here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's not just for kids, it's for adults, it's for entrepreneurs, it's for innovators, it's for scientists. Hi, Katie. We also work with people who have special needs, and we see over 44,000 hours annually of volunteerism through that, along with just community volunteers, and also we work with people from community service and job skill development programs like Yo Durham, which is a youth program.
If somebody had some items they wanted to donate, a corporation or a company, what would be the best way to do that?
I think just to call us and then to talk to our driver. If you're a business, we have a collection service, so we'll actually come out to your business and pick things up. It's great if people drop things off. That is that's awesome. If people can just actually walk in the door with the materials. And we do accept donations 7 days a week when we're open.
What's your website and address and phone number?
Our website is www.scrapexchange.org. Our phone number is 919-688-6960. And we also have a Facebook page and a blog and a Twitter feed and all that fun social media stuff as well.
So this is the Design Center?
This is Design Center and walk on in. So this is another room that has, this has special equipment like a serger, an industrial sewing machine. It also has probably 10, 11, 12 regular sewing machines, a die cut machine, a hot iron press. We do over 100 classes in here annually on weaving, on sewing. Right now we've got a basic sewing class happening. We're also partnering with Durham Tech and their small business department and offering classes related to artists and branding and marketing. So that's happening here on Saturdays as well, and that's a free class.
Excellent. You're busy in here.
Non-stop, actually. It really is a tool. You know, these kinds of places are a tool and a mechanism for arts and cultural activities. You know, we see 100,000 people that walk in our door. So cultural, retail, entertainment, destination, location is what I like to call it, along with, you know, we're a social enterprise. We are definitely triple bottom line. People, planet, profit.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the tour.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you again, and we'll see if we can get some people to bring some stuff down here and come and visit you.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.